Hey there, this is James Darknell from the Foundry. In this series of videos, I'll be covering all the basics of using the new Mesh Fusion workflow introduced in Modo 10.2. If you haven't yet watched the Getting Started video, I highly recommend you do that for a solid overview of the Mesh Fusion changes. In this video, I'm going to be covering the drag and drop workflow. Now, if you're familiar with the previous versions of Mesh Fusion, we had a little fusion tree, that is what we called it, and you could drag and drop elements onto this tree to create your Mesh Fusion workflow. So even though the tree is now gone, we still offer a drag and drop workflow for when you don't have access to your Fusion menu, just to sort of simplify things. But of course, you need to have a Mesh Fusion object in your scene. So I'm just going to grab two objects here, and I'm going to create a new Fusion here. I'll just keep that at the defaults to create that as a Mesh Fusion object, and click that away. So now that I have a Mesh Fusion item in my scene, I can take elements, and just by clicking and dragging them and then pausing, I get this little pop-up box here, and I can buy a Fusion primary. This is duplicating the functionality of the set mesh roll and apply buttons. So likewise for a subtraction, we can go here and we can drag and then apply subtraction, and that automatically subtracts that from the mesh. And then something like that, we can apply this over here and apply as primary. And we can also set the relationship. So on this particular mesh, if we drag and drop that onto there, then we can set Fusion trim in order to trim that element out of there. So the drag and drop controls are a nice little enhancement when you don't have the Mesh Fusion controls available and you want to quickly throw some meshes together. Thanks for watching.